Is it live or what? Are we on? See your phone. First, let me use your phone. Yeah, we're live. Here, let me see your phone. We're good. Okay. All right. Sounds like the audio is coming through nicely. I've got a new mic, guys, so audio should not be a problem now. Went to basically like a PA. I've got a wireless setup now with a lavalier mic. I have gain on 2 things, so I mean, I think we should be good. Tonight we've got 75 books, all sent in on a pre-screen 9/8. So it's 3 CGC boxes. And I already know what we got. Some glare. Move that light around, the big one. Just aim it that way or something. Better? Okay, so anyway, trying to take care of some glare for you guys. I know that we're going to have some rejects because of the weight of the boxes, unfortunately. So the CGC boxes weigh like 30 pounds when they're filled up, and these ones are shy. So it's probably not going to be what I was hoping for. Hoping that like the more important books came back 9/8. These are all brand new modern, so it's nothing like super important, but still, I think honestly maybe something happened during shipping, or possibly something happened as CGC unboxed, because I know some people that CGC has had damaged books when they unboxed them. So I mean that can happen too. Anyway, after we go through this off camera, I'll take a look at all the rejects again and see, hey, maybe they can be pressed and try again. So anyway, let's get into it. Oh boy, that isn't a good look there. Okay, so yeah, this is like a half-filled box, so that's no fun. Like I said, I knew this was going to not be the prettiest of, results here, I guess. Take these down. Okay. So we know they're all going to be 9/8. This is Punisher, #1, Del Auto. This is the trade dress. Pretty sweet book. The back's got an ad for Mr. and Mrs. X #1. This was fairly limited too, and it sold out really quick after it came out. Unnatural #1, Paralo, and this is they call this the dark version. There's another one that's a little bit lighter. This series has been doing really, really well. Lots of people are saying that they're really enjoying it. Okay, so here is the second one of those. I sent 2 of these covers and 2 of the lighter covers. All right, we'll put that one here. Okay, so here's one of the lighter covers. So this one is also has the trade dress. So that's another way we can kind of tell the difference. And super well. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I can't say I'm super disappointed, but all these books were really clean. I was expecting to have a lot more 9/8s than this. Now, let's see. This is so this is the other trade dress, and I sent 2 of the virgins as well. So we'll see how those came out. This is kind of cool. This is the Paralo Infinity Wars Prime Thanos variant there. Another one in the same book. We'll just leave that one in the bag. No reason to take it out. Just slide this over. Okay. Here's our list, so I can kind of check off, I guess, what didn't come back, because I don't want to really crack all the raw ones out at this point and look at them right now. Okay, this is pretty cool. Paralo Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. This is the SDCC Whiteout Virgin variant. Pretty cool book. I'm a big Ghost Rider fan, so I will definitely be keeping one of these for the PC. So here's the second one. Here's the X23 #1. This is the Kirkham exclusive. Oh. Come on. Okay. And here's another one of the Kirkham exclusives. That one, so that's the trade dress, and this is the whiteout. I believe this was SDCC as well. That kind of seemed to be the theme for SDCC this year, was all whiteout covers. This is the ASM2 from the latest series, J. Scott Campbell. I believe this was the 1 for 25 variant. Another one of the same books. This is the second one of the Kirkham X23 SDCC variant. Sent 2 of those. And here is, this is G.I. Joe 252. This is the Comic Market Street exclusive. And I sent two of the color and 2 of the black and whites. So it looks like only one of them made it. They all looked really clean, so I'm going to want to probably take a look, you know, at these raw copies and see what happened here. This is also Kale New, or I don't know how his last name is pronounced, New or something like that. NGU, however that's pronounced. Sorry, Kale. This is his first published artwork, so that's kind of a cool book to have. And, you know, we've got quite a few raws here. So let me kind of go through the list here. All right, so they don't show which ones. It would be nice if they just checked off which ones didn't make it on this list. So let's see. Oh, it looks like I only sent 1 of each of those G.I. Joes. So it looks like we have 1 of the sketch editions in here in the raws. Let's see. Okay, the Batman 50s, none of those made it. The Scorpion comics. Oh. And then, wow, none of the Venom Mayhew #1s made it. Those things look really sweet, too. So I'm really surprised that, you know, some of this stuff didn't make it. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. So that means we have 10 that didn't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one more somewhere. Unnatural virgin. So I think I sent 2 virgins and 1 standard on the unnatural. So I think that's our 10th book there. So unnatural. One of the unnatural virgins didn't make it. So 10. Slightly disappointing because I typically do better than that. But, you know, what can you do? Let's see. We'll put these rejects here. And I think we're just going to throw these all back in. We'll grab the other box. Okay, we're going to need to put all these books back in here. We'll do that later. Okay, like I said, I already knew this was going to be slightly brutal, guys, just by the weight of the boxes. Because, like I said, a full CGC box weighs 30 pounds, and when these bad boys are coming in weighing less than that, then I know we got some rejects. All right. But I'm not necessarily giving up on the rejects. I'll look at them. Maybe it makes sense to press them. Let's see. I have to flip this around. Okay. You know, I started from this end so we can get this inventory. Okay, this is the Venom #1 Kirkham, the Red Out. This book is sold pretty well for me. I can't remember how many I sent the first time, but I think they all sold out. So I sent some more. Looks like I sent 3 of them in here. There's the second one. And there's the third one. So all 3 of these made it. I'll just kind of make some notes here so we know which ones that made it, I guess. Okay. These dominoes also have sold really well. So this is the J. Scott Campbell. This is the 90s domino. So I have a few more of those that I can sell. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 of those. It looks like I sent 3 of all the same ones. So there's the second one. And there's the third one. So all 3 of the dominoes made the cut. Okay, Medieval Spawn Witchblade #1. This book I knew was going to be tough because, man, that all black cover. And anyway, I knew this one was going to be a really tough book to get as a 9.8. I sent 3 of them, so we'll see what happens with the other ones. Okay, this is Vampirella Deja Taurus. I sent a few of these in. Let's see. Okay, so this is the Warren Liu. They're calling this Cover U. So there's a lot of really nice looking Vampirella covers that have been coming out lately. And there are some Vampirella collectors out there. Okay, so here are the raws. And I'm going to try and keep an eye so I know what's in here. Okay, so Vampirella, Warren Liu. So that one made the cut. And I sent some of those Vampirella Deja Tauruses in this submission, and some in one of the other ones too. So I didn't see them in the last one, so it'd probably be the next submission. Okay, let's get that. Oh boy, this one is pretty brutal. Okay. This is Spectacular Spider-Man 300 Del Auto. Had a few of those, and they have sold fairly decently. Now those Medieval Spawn Witchblades, if I can't get them to go again, then I may just accept them as 9.6s because they're a pretty tough book. So this is Life of Captain Marvel. This is the Adam Hughes Virgin variant. This book has been selling really well raw, so I decided, hey, let's send a couple into CGC and see what happens. Okay, so let's see. That one's a Spectacular Spider-Man. Where are we at here? Okay, so I only sent one of those, so that's fine. The Captain Marvels, we sent 3, and it looks like, well, I don't know yet. I can't say that the other ones didn't make it yet, because there's a few more books in here. Okay, so here's the second Life of Captain Marvel. And we sent a total of 3 of those. Oh, there's a couple more books. This was one for the PC. This is Dark Knight's Metal number 6, and this is the Kirkham, I believe. Kirkham, and it's the convention edition. Man, I just really liked the way that Wonder Woman was kind of the dominant figure there. So I bought a set of, you had to buy a set of these books in order to get this one. So basically kind of did that because I really like that cover. I'm happy to have that in a 9.8. The back of the book is black too, so it's probably not going to be the easiest thing in the world to get in a 9.8. Anyway, so that's cool. The Captain Marvel movie coming, man, Captain Marvel stuff has been selling really, really well. Cannot complain about that. Definite people, stocking up for the book there. Okay, so this is one of the other Unnatural. Oh, let's see who did this one. This one is a Juan Navarro cover. This one is also, I believe, limited to about 500 copies, so it's another pretty cool book. Okay, so looks like one of our Life of Captain Marvels didn't make it. Okay, so we got one that made it. Okay, so we have a reject of a Life of Captain Marvel. Dark Knight's Metal made it. Unnatural. Let's see, how many Unnaturals did I send? Looks like just one. So the Unnatural made it. Spawn Witchblade, we got 1. 2 did not make the cut. The Vampirella, I thought I sent like a full set in here. Okay. Vampirella, Warren Liu we made, and I think that was the only Vampirella Deja Taurus that made it. So that means we've got that. Those made it. Wow, it's brutal. Ghost Rider, Thanos Legacy. I thought we got both of those. Yeah, I'll go through that some more later, I guess. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that means we have 12 rejects. So fairly brutal. But like I said, I'm not going to completely give up. I'm going to go through, see what happened. You know, did something get dinged in the process? Is it something that maybe is going to be worth looking at, getting stuff pressed and resubmitted? And then for some books, it may make sense just to take the 9.6, just kind of depending on the book. But that will have to kind of just play by ear. Okay. And the last one. I think this is the heavy one, so hopefully this one won't be as brutal as the other few have been. All right. Okay. I sent a set of these Batman 50 J. Scott Campbells, and they really look sweet, so I'll be shocked if they didn't all make 9.8. That's the one that's got Harley on there. Let me see if I can just find them all. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to try and pull all the Batman 50s, just so we can kind of have them. All right, unfortunately I don't have 5 stands, but this is the one that goes in the middle. This one goes here next to that one. And sorry, I'm not going to be able to line all these up if we do end up in fact getting them all. This one goes on the other end of Harley over there. And this one goes over here. Okay, so let's see if we can maybe kind of line these up. This one would be the one that goes on the end. So at least the whole set came back 9.8. I mean, I can't complain too much, I guess. Okay, so this one would go here. I don't know if I could do this. All right. Let's see. This one goes in the middle. This one goes there. That one goes in the middle. And this one would go here. Something like that, guys. Sorry, don't have 5 hands. But it's a pretty cool set. Unfortunately, Batman 50. You know, people are kind of disappointed in the way the wedding was handled. But anyway, some cool art from J. Scott Campbell. So I can't complain too much about that. Okay, so here is one of our Vampirellas. This is the other Warren Liu. So both of the Warren Liu variants made the cut. But there was like 5 different variants in that set. And then also I had one of the 1 for 50 Joe Jusko covers that I had picked up also. And I have more that I'll probably send in possibly another submission. It won't be this next one that's going out, but maybe one after that. Because there are quite a few Vampirella collectors that look to try and put all of those variant covers together. So there'll be some people hunting those things down. All right. This is a pretty cool book, Scout Comics. This is Oblivion, and this is a sketch cover that I think they only made 150 of. So I'm happy that at least, you know, one of the rarer books ended up coming back 9.8. So that book is really pretty tough to come by, and yeah, happy to have it in 9.8, that's for sure. All right, here's our Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is the Del Lotto. Was this another? I don't know if this was a convention cover or not, but this is the Virgin, and I sent I think maybe 2 of these and 2 of the trade dresses. I can't remember at this point without looking at the invoice. Let's put this up for you. Let's put that up. Leave it up so you can look at it for a minute. All right. Afterburn #1. This movie is in production. It's been optioned. Gerard Butler is going to star. Got a few of these. Figured, let me send one in and see what happens. So I believe I only sent 1 of these. It's Red 5. A lot of their stuff has been getting optioned and been doing pretty well, actually. So I figured, hey, I'll send a couple and see if we can pull some 9.8s. See what happens. I've got multiple copies of that book, so I'll see if that one sells. If not, then not a big deal. Okay, these are pretty cool. These are the Batman 880 foil editions, and this was what convention? It was it doesn't say. I don't know if this was, I know it was in Canada, but I can't remember if it was Toronto or, you know, some type of convention up there in one of the major Canadian cities that this book was released. And don't really know how many of them were out there. I'm hearing 1,000, but, you know, you kind of, it's tough to know exactly. But it's a pretty cool foil version of Batman 880. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, another foil Batman 880. I believe I sent 3 of these in. Maybe only 2, I don't know. Let's see. And they didn't put this in order that I sent it or nothing, so it's kind of, or some Detective 880, so I'm saying Batman. I sent 2 of those, so both of those made it, so that's cool. Okay, here's one of the other Vampirella Deja Toras. This is the Chow cover. So like I said, I ended up picking up 5 of the different variants for this one. There was a lot. I mean, there was probably like 20, but you know, I thought the ones I picked up were the nicest ones. So those are the 5 that I got. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like all of them are going to have made the cut. Here's TMNT. I believe it's 84. It's a Lee Bermejo cover. Pretty cool. And this was, this may have been New York Comic Con. Let's see if it says anywhere. I'm pretty sure this was New York Comic Con that this was released. I'm not positive, but I'm fairly sure. Danger Girl 20th Anniversary Edition. It's a pretty thick book, so it's got that, you know, like Amazing Spider-Man 800 super thick case. I don't even know if this thing will make it in the stand. This case is a beast. And this book was perfect. I have one other raw copy, and honestly, I thought this had a shot at a 9.9. Hey Robert, how you doing, brother? Okay, you're hearing me nicely. Yeah, I tested this mic before, and I was like, yeah, this is like a world of difference. So I'm happy to have a mic that worked. You know, it's like I had that the other lavalier mic, and it seemed to work for a while, but then you know what? It kind of seemed like it started crapping out on me, and then the other week ended up having. I spent like, you know, 80, 90 bucks on another mic, and it made 0 difference. And I was like, yeah, this is getting returned. Yeah, a lot of these I am selling, Robert. And it's going to be kind of hard to recap it, you know. But anyway, you can always just catch it on the rewind and hit me up. And obviously, we you know, keep eBay out of it, then I'm going to give you all the discounts that eBay would normally charge me. That's just how I roll. Okay, here's one of the other Delados. This is the trade dress. And, you know, it's kind of tough for me to keep. Let's see. I sent 2 A's. Well, they're calling this cover C now. Boy, the way they you know, mixed everything up, it sure does make it difficult. You know, they're calling it cover A and B, 2 A's and a B, but here they're calling it cover C. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just going to have to probably take a look at all the rejects and go that way. It's going to be too hard for me to kind of figure out what the rejects are by checking off the graded books. Okay, so here is the Virgin. And I think we had one other Virgin. And what do they call it? They're calling that cover D. And see here, they're calling it covers A and B. Anyway, whatever. Not that many. They didn't make that many of these either. And there wasn't a big difference between the Trade Dress and the Virgin, and maybe they did like 400 of the Trade Dress and 500 of the Virgin. So they're still both really fairly limited books. Okay, so continuing with the Red 5 Love, we have Riptide #1, and I don't know that Riptide has been optioned yet, but boy, everyone's expecting it to be. So I have quite a few copies of that as well. Same thing, said, let me send one in and pull a 9.8 and see what happens. There may be a couple, maybe one or two other 9.8s available, but hey, we'll see if it makes sense to keep sending more. Then we can send some more. All right, we got one more here. Rift #1. So that's the other Red 5 book that has kind of heated up a little bit. This one has been optioned. So Rift definitely has been optioned. And, still fairly low print run. Same thing. I've got quite a few of those just raw copies. Figured, let me pull a really nice one out, get a 9.8, and see if anyone has some interest in that. All right, so this one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 18 out of this one, so still at 7 rejects. So that's kind of, this was a little bit brutal. One of them we almost had half rejects. And like I said, these books were all really clean. There was only a couple that I was like slightly concerned about. So I'm going to have to take a look at these and see if something possibly happened either during shipping, which I doubt because I had these shipped bulletproof. But, when they unboxed it, something could have happened then. So I will definitely go through all the rejects and then make a decision as to whether, I need to maybe look at getting the rejects pressed and resubbed at a later date. And it wouldn't be, it'd probably be another 3 or 4 months before we see what's going on with the rejects if I decide to resubmit some of them. I have multiple copies of some, like, the Vampirella Deja Tauruses. I sent 2 complete sets of those in, so 10 books and one for 50 variants, so 11 of those, and we only got back 3 of them. But I do have more copies, so I'll have to just decide, do I want to mess with pressing these or just pick another nice copy and try and send that in? Because I was really hoping to have at least one complete set of all those because, people that are hunting down those covers, it's going to be a lot more convenient for them to pick, 5 of them up for me instead of trying to piecemeal them out from everyone. Yeah. It's the grading is pretty pricey, man. It's what can you do? I mean, CGC is, they're basically, I call it about $25 a book by the time you ship it to them and they ship it back to you. But honestly, CBCS takes forever, so that just kind of isn't an option. No one wants to buy PGX, and there's it just started expert grading company or something like that. But I was super excited to hear, oh, great, some competition. But then when I heard their prices, I was like, man, they're going to try and charge $35 for a modern book? I mean, that's kind of good luck. I just can't see anyone. If CGC is charging 20, or 18 or whatever it is, you want to come in at 35? That's going to be a really tough sell to anyone. I mean, why would you pay twice what CGC charges? I don't know. Not something I'm going to be able to look at doing. But anyway, so Robert, I guess catching on the rewind, brother. No real monster books in this. It's just all kind of newer stuff. The bigger stuff we unboxed the other week ago or so. Getting ready to send. This next week, Monday, I'm going to send off 2 books. They're both monster books. I mean, they are They are monsters, and I'll keep the suspense there. But I mean, they're beasts. So I'm sending 2 of those. They're gonna go standard, grading. So that'll give you an idea as to kind of the caliber we're talking. And then after that, probably later in the week, I'm gonna send another. What do we got? 50 books, I think. And then the remainder of the Ultimate Fallouts, the final 75, are going to be going in also. So either later this week or first part of next. So we'll have a whole bunch of stuff to unbox, say, in another 2 months. And then as books have been coming in, I've been holding them. So next week we'll have, a bunch of stuff to unbox for hauls and stuff like that. So, yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short now. It is 11 o'clock Pacific time now. So thank you very much for stopping by, Robert, and anyone else that's in the chat. Unfortunately, I'm going on my phone, so if you're not saying something in the chat, I'm sorry. I can't see if you're there or not. But, whoa, it's like a mountain was about to try and fall on me. But anyway, guys, we'll have some other cool stuff coming. Thank you for watching on the rewind or checking it live. And we will catch you guys later. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.